Hey YouTubers, welcome to another edition of What the Fuck Happenings here in imendham. Yay! Yes, brought to you by Bob's Anal Repair. Has you been torn a new asshole recently? You know, just totally lost an argument, felt really stupid. Well, Bob can come over and play the violin and cry like you never saw. And it'll make you feel so much better. Yeah. Oh, it'll be so much better. Now, the video is also brought to you by What the Fuck? Why are you watching this video? What the hell? This guy's depressing as shit. You don't have nothing else to say but, oh, life is suck, life is suck. Yeah, there's nothing else happening here. Why are you listening to that shit? You just gotta get on about your business, being a little bug in a human suit and doing your little scheming and your little... Well, anyway, no, you really don't. But anyway, yes, who's watching the videos? Come on. The wrong people. People who don't need to hear it, unfortunately. So the people who don't need to hear it are the ones listening. And the people who do need to hear it are way over there somewhere. And, you know, sometimes they walk down the street and they'll hear a little bit of it or something, some kind of a word or two. But that's it. That's not good enough. So anyway, you know, no new viewers, really. You know, it's YouTube. You know, it's not going to be a video pushed, as obviously the short videos demonstrated, you know, that, yeah, they pretty quickly made sure none of those could be seen by anybody. Anyway, yeah, on my other channel, it is just, you know, I'm bringing up a little bit, you know, they're talking about the physics thing. They wanted to stop me from posting links to response videos. So I would make a response video to some dopey physicist, and I'd put a link, you know, in the comments section, just a polite link, response video, you know, telling them what it is. And apparently YouTube just couldn't stand that I was doing that. So they had to stop me from commenting. So they made it so I can't comment on anybody's video when I'm signed in, you know, on the Draft Science channel. It's just kind of, you know, it just shows how petty it all gets. Humans, they really are bugs. So, you know, we're just letting you know. That's part of the context of the conversation, is that, you know, there really isn't anything truly beautiful, you know, here. And anything that gives you the illusion of beauty is just that. You've been fooled by a pretty color. It's pretty. And, you know, nothing else. So it's all quite depressing. So that's, you know, here comes some more depressing stuff. Oh, shit. It's not my fault. I didn't make the world depressing. Just, it is that way. It really needs to be acknowledged by silly people. And then we can move along. Alright, so there's this week's video. There it is. And I'm going to hit the button and play it and such. And yeah. So I intended to do a video just, okay, let's just debate the simple question, is life an imposition? And then the argument would be, is how do you qualify the word imposition? Because you want to really point out that it's, you know, an arrogant imposition, or a cruel imposition, or an ignorant imposition, or some sort of imposition. But it's not just an imposition, you know, it's tainted with something decidedly negative that it shouldn't be. So if you're going to impose, it should be a well thoughtful, logical imposition. And the argument is that 99% of the time it's not going to fit that better title of a thoughtful, you know, logically consistent, you know, imposition. So how many kids are born under that circumstance? And then we know that anyone who's thinking, okay, that they did something called consistent logic, and had a kid, oh, that didn't happen. So it wasn't very logical, actually, and it wasn't. You could argue it was thoughtful. They spent time thinking about it, but they thought in all kinds of crooked and bent ways to pervert reality into something that needed their child to somehow show up and, save the day, which it's not going to do. Very little chance of it. Just as much chance as a random birth producing the savior, frankly, because we know it's really hard to deliberately mold a human being. I mean, if you want to make them into a golfer, okay, we've seen somebody do that. You can deliberately create a golfer, but or a swimmer or some other thing. But yeah, I don't think a savior comes out that works as well. A lot less chance of that happening through purposeful construction of, yes, my child will invent double penicillin or quantum penicillin. Yes. Yeah, quantum penicillin, quanticillin. Yes, quanticillin. It's going to invent quanticillin. Ooh, maybe I can get that as a sponsor for the video. Anyway, all right, so I guess I want to hit the play button. Ooh, boy, this is going to be rough. Anyway. Yeah.
Imposition. Or it's a reckless imposition, or it's an ignorant imposition.
Yeah, so reckless, ignorant, all these words are a little bit different, and you could just talk for an hour, about the distinction between reckless and sloppy. And so, but yeah, I won't do that, but, well, I won't do it today. Yeah, but maybe next week. Shit, it really is, this is a tough business to be in.
Sounds like a trespass.
Yeah, so even the word imposition does sound negative. I mean, if somebody written it down on a piece of paper and put it in a box and put gift paper around it, and I could see with my x-ray vision that it said imposition on it, I probably wouldn't want one. It's very hard to think of anybody who's ever imposed on me. I mean, there were a few, I did have a few, like, older women when I was younger who tried to seduce me, and I was too stupid to figure it out. Oh, God. It is funny how you think about stuff like that, like, opportunities you had, and all you had to do was say yes, and you said no instead. And you just think about, well, what if I had? And then you figure out, oh yeah, it all would have gone wrong anyway, because, there would have been all kinds of drama and perversions and things and people, and, oh, it would have been a terrible mess. So it all isn't going to work out, So it's nice to think about, though. Yeah, but that's all it's good for, unfortunately. There's just the things you have to fix aren't the things you're remember, unfortunately. Oh, damn. Anyway, continuing.
Yeah. Taking some responsibility, for the fact that it is a powerfully dangerous thing you're imposing, which might be torture.
Right. So the risk is undeniable. You can't, there's no way to get around that one. You got to say, anybody pro-life has to concede, well, yeah, there's a risk that it'll be born, with its foot in its head, they'll have to extract its foot from its head, and it'll be quite unpleasant, and then it'll have a permanent foot scar in its head. I mean, it will be just, so yes, there's a risk of that. They have to concede that there's this, all, and I would argue there's like more than just foot in head disease. There's all kinds of things you can acquire that you didn't know you acquired. Okay, you can be born with all kinds of diseases that don't show up until you're 25. you know, all kinds of ailments and conditions, and you know, ew. You know, and then you haven't even gotten to all this stuff that just happens from getting old, and ew, all the stuff they don't tell you about. But anyway, I mean the 4-inch hairs that, you know, grow out of your forehead. But anyway, not that that's that tragic. It's kind of funny and interesting. But anyway, so yeah, there's you know, there's just no way to have the conversation without somebody having to concede. Yes, I understand I might be feeding my baby essentially to a shark. I mean, that's what the outcome's going to be, is that I basically sit there and I just say, here, shark, choo choo. Yes, yummy yummy. That's essentially what I'm saying. It's okay if it turns out that way. Yes, it's worth it. You know, you know, the fact that most of them will fly when I throw them, they'll fly away. The fact that a few of the clunkers go plunk and then chomp chomp. Oh, it's okay. Not a big deal. As long as I'm not one of them. Yeah, shit. As long as you don't feed me to the sharks, it's okay. It's not a very good argument. Not very good. You might need Bob if you make that argument. It's worth it. As long as it doesn't happen to me. Shit.
You're right, and then all of a sudden they decide to have a kid. I mean, you know,
so then I was talking about the fact that, you know, there's people who are suicidal, or even, you know, people who they get cancer, they survive the cancer, have a kid, and then die of cancer. You know, too stupid. And, you know, I know somebody personally in that condition. You know, just not a great way to, you know, start the game. Ugh. Watch mommy die of cancer. No, that's just not a great way to start your life.
in this context of, well, don't you think it is kind of rude for you to just tell somebody that dying is okay when you haven't done it yet?
Yeah, so that's another big one for me anyway, is, yeah, how are you going to make a counter argument to that? Yeah, you haven't died and you're arrogantly telling everybody, it's fine, it works out great. Oh, shit. It's a tiny little inconvenience. So if you want to, like, add it up into your life, like you've had this wonderful life where you've whored around and fucked with people and gotten what you want, and then you have to die. But it's like it's like a strap on a suitcase breaking. It's, you know, not too big a deal. You just you can glue some Velcro on there, or, you know, you can sew it or something, and not a big deal. You can get over it. Says you, you know, who haven't done it. And then I would argue that, you know, unfortunately, I guess, in my life, I saw a lot of the not so good endings for people. You know, people that were stoic, strong, great life, and whittled down to shit. And, you know, before they're killed, just beaten up brutally. Punched and kicked to the curb, and just, ew. I don't no, I'm not interested, thank you. And, you know, the fact that these arrogant pro-lifers are telling us it is worth it and they haven't done it. You know, they're so strong and they're so powerful and they're so brave. Oh, life doesn't scare me. Oh, life is easy. Oh, it's so much fun. You know, I don't mind all this. Yeah, fuck you. I don't care. Go ahead, cut my legs off and cut one of my arms off, and, you know, I can still push myself along with my one hand. Oh, shit.
Abusive, you know, beats his wife, and all the
yeah, all the stuff that you're gonna maybe make. You know, is just more harm in the world, more grief and pain.
Vacation, when once in a while a problem goes away.
Yeah, so it's just this, if it isn't this, then it's that, or it's that breaks. And you're just spending your life trying to, the wind blew something over, or, uh, you slept with the wrong person and got the wrong disease, or, blah, 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 some kind of yuck shows up, and then you have projects. Just trying to keep whatever soles on your shoes, so to speak.
So there's no happily ever after. There's dead ever after.
Well, that's pretty. No, that's right. All of it, all you build, all you do, it all turns to shit. It's all knocked down, so to speak. Turned to rubble, and all the lives that have been lived, and how many of them, can we reference? There's no book of human, with, billions in it, whatever the number is, 100 billion or whatever the total number is. It's not that big, really. I mean, there's a lot of humans now, but there hasn't been a lot of humans for a long time. There's only been a lot of humans for a very short, 300 years or so. Anyway, well, not even that long, frankly. So, I mean, the total number of educated, let's just say civilized humans hasn't been all that big a number, like, twice as many, like 18 billion or something. But anyway, and what, how many of them how many can we reference? All these lives, all these experiences, all this knowledge gained, all of this, and it's all wasted. Because we can't feel each other's pain, we can't think each other's thoughts. Just so much waste. So much of it is without any preservatives. There's no, and so it all just turns to slime and goop.
What the fuck? No. It's so pitiful.
I wonder what he's talking about.
And then the dopey women who just want something.
Oh yeah, so I was talking about men pushing strollers and how it just oh God, I want to feel good about my life. Yes, I watch one of those, and but then I still feel their pain, so to speak, in the humiliation that this is the life people are sentenced to, and it's just depressing anyway. But for that little moment, I do feel spared a great deal of humiliation. Yeah. Oh, they did the silly thing instead of me. Yeah, it does make me feel good. It shouldn't, but it does.
Roll the dice for them, a few times, and say, are you really...
synthetic. Yeah, so, we have all this technology now, and so there really should be some kind of website, So you're thinking about having a kid, and you press the button. So you answer a few questions, you get profiled by the AI, and it calculates what the odds are of what's going to happen to your kid based on, some analysis of statistics of being having Catholic parents versus Jewish parents versus this versus that, what kind of bullshit you're going to turn into, and what's going to happen to your kid. And it'd be good, I think, for people to press the button a few times and see how it works out. See how often it turns into mediocrity or less, and how often you have the exceptional life you just wish you could live. How many of those pop out? How many lives I just wish I could live their wonderful life? Yeah, I don't think so. So I'm just saying, it'd be good for people to get some idea in their head of all the ways it goes wrong, and all the facts about how, wow, if that really happened, what would I do about it? Send them a I'm sorry card. I'm sorry, but I thought it was a good idea because I thought if we had a baby, we could use it as a doorstop, and it'd make the air flow through the house better. And so I thought there was a huge benefit to having one. I didn't realize I was fucking around with a conscious organism. Shit.
But feed the bug. That's all we have is a bug.
Right, so we have this big brain, and all it's concentrating on is how do I feed this stupid bug that's inside of me, who just wants fucky fuck. Foodie food, fucky fuck. What the fuck? So yeah, you have a big brain, and all it's doing is, planning for the bug. How do I feed the bug? How do I, make the bug happy? It's just, come on, it's pathetic, 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 pathetic. It's pathetic. The story is pathetic. That's what the title, pathetic. It says big letters, pathetic. The story of your life, pathetic.
It's just part of this bug system.
So I got talking more about bugs. So good. Because that's all it is. It's just, again, we're just, bugs singing and dancing with silly hats and, fingernail polish and, it's hilariously pathetic. And you can see it. We can see it. The whole world focuses on France now, and we're going to watch the greatest show on earth. People are going to jump up and down, and we're going to see who can do it jump the highest. It's going to be amazing. No, it's not. It's going to be revealing. It's going to just show, holy shit, they're not only bugs, they're really stupid ones. That their big brain isn't doing them any good at all. They've just turned it into a Coke machine. Oh, shit. It's like having a supercomputer, that just serves up Coke. You put Coke, the bottle pops out. Yeah, I'm a supercomputer, that's right. Yeah, I you press the button, I pop out a Coke, yeah.
It didn't seem like a real profession. It was so scattered, so you didn't think about any particular kind of job.
Right, so I was just talking a little bit anecdotally about the fact that I was doomed, really, from the beginning, so none of this, it was never a complicated philosophical decision to be ethicist. I mean, I was there at 6 years old. I was already, it's really bad for the bugs, it's really bad for the animals, and it's going to be really bad for me. What am I doing here? What the fuck am I doing in this biosphere? This circle of death. What am I doing? I really have no role to play here, except to be a dissenter and to say, how the fuck can I get out of this mess? And because I was a bit of a selfish asshole still, I was still thinking mostly about me. I have to say, though, that, I had enough experiences with the death of bugs and my pets and whatnot. Snail, I had a pet snail. He got lost somewhere, so I don't know what happened to him. But that was what I did. I thought about stuff like that. So I lost my snail, and then I thought about, well, what's going to happen to the snail? And I thought, well, yeah, he's going to just get killed somewhere. It isn't. There's no hope for him. He's doomed. And even if I kept him, he was doomed. So he's just doomed. And that was kind of depressing, and gave me what you would call low enthusiasm. It reduced my enthusiasm for playing because I knew I'm going to lose. Jesus. But your parents are just here rooting along. But you'll get to go up to heaven and sing with Jesus. I don't like singing, you dumb bitch. You haven't figured that out yet? I've been living with you for 6 years and you don't know I don't like fucking singing? Especially with Jesus?
You know, most of this conversation stuff or debate stuff, and you're saying, well, what is there? There's nothing for me to debate just because it's clear to me that...
Yes, there's about 7 million reasons. Like everything you bump into tells you, life sucks. You know, it's just, it's the, life sucks. Life sucks. Life sucks. Life sucks. You know, it's all over the goddamn place. You can't walk in this fucking slaughterhouse without getting a clue. Oh, this. Oh, ooh. Oh, ooh. Yeah. Let me just pretend it's all a movie and we're all having a fun adventure. We're Bill and Ted and we're adventuring and flying phone booths. Yay! Yay! Fuck. Anyway, people suck.
There's too much downside danger. And you're just...
Yeah, it's not worth it. So instead of just saying it's not a single player game, too expensive, not your money. There, we're done. All finished. Yeah, no. You know, I don't know. Yeah, you have to do this conversation thing, like you're gonna, oh, let's have an argument about it, and they'll just contrive some sort of counter argument of mush, you know. Well, there might be a singularity, and you know, the singularity, because it's in the middle of a black hole, everything's probably gigantic, and there's probably big, gigantic lollipops. And we could lick them for years and years. So that'll make it all worthwhile. Fuckers.
The subject kind of was a debate over... Alright, the fact that it's an imposition isn't really debatable.
Right, non-negotiable, as they could argue or say. And so, yes, it's just what kind of bad oppa is it? Is it really just stupid people, or is it really cruel people? Which one are you as a pro-lifer, right? If you're defending it, you're a pro-lifer. What are you? Too fucking stupid, or too fucking goddamn sicko cruel? Because there's only those two choices, really. I mean, stupid and cruel is probably a real thing. And there probably is a possibility that you're smart enough to be, you know, to do it on purpose, to gain some, you know, whatever, gratification out of watching other people suffer for no good reason. Yeah. You know, god damn it. Or to think you're worth it. I guess that's what it really comes down to. So you have to be really ignorant to think new people are you in some way, and to think they're gonna live some kind of great life because you've built some kind of great world for them to live in. I mean, that's pretty, you know, you have to be delusional. So ignorant, delusional, cruel. It has to be called cruel just because you can never be dumb enough not to recognize pain and how bad it is when it happens to you. And so you know when it happens to you, it's not any good. So you gotta know that, yeah, if I'm making something that's potentially going to make pain happen, I'm doing a bad thing. I'm just making firewood to burn in the forest fire. Why the hell do I want to do that?
The religion. It's just, again, people just can't stand recognizing...
Oh, okay. So I was talking a little bit about physics and just how, you know, all these smart people are really dumb, and the whole thing is such a sham, and so it's just bullshit. Oh, and they're all such superficial atheists. You know, they're all part of this atheism movement, and oh, they're so weak because they're just looking for some excuse to, you know, pull on the unicorn reins and, you know, jump into Santa's sleigh. I mean, they really are just looking for a new, you know, friendlier religion. You know, it's a prettier color religion. Swirly, it's swirly. Ooh.
5 times the fuel to spin something 5 times.
Okay, so that's a physics argument. It's just so, it's, you know, it's it's so ridiculous. You know, I spent 10 years fucking with this stuff, and it's just getting so, you know, more and more and more obvious. These, you know, that they never thought about it. They never tested anything. They haven't, you know, they just jumped. You know, the woo wagon came by and they just jumped on. I mean, they just, oh, I love woo. Woo is fun. And that's it. It was just another religion, you know. This religion doesn't say anything about anything really, except it's all kind of fun and swirly, and the universe is all fun and swirly. There, that's the religion. And they say, oh, I want one of those. It doesn't judge me. Ooh, and it's fun and swirly. Yeah. I mean, again, it's, you know, bug brains. Good, perfectly good brains ruined by being on a bug. You know, if you put brains on a bug, you're just not going to get anywhere. All right. Apparently, I mean, you know, my brain seems to be able to work without the bug fucking it up. But you people, man, no, not so much. Anyway, all right, so we did it. Another video. For what purpose? Yes, for how is it work? No, it's not. But it will someday, because yes, the tentacles, the roots, the fungus roots are moving through the concrete right now. The inmendham fungus, it's weaving its way through, and all of a sudden one day you're going to realize how he did have a plan, because it's all going to crumble, it's all going to fall down. Okay, because I have fungused it. Yes, it's working right now. The fungus is working its way through. It's happening right now. You just don't see it happening because it's little fungus roots, but it's happening. I am the virus inmendham. Yes, it is infecting. You just don't get symptoms for 10 years. It takes 10 years for the symptoms to show up. Alright, so, but the world is infected. And it will succumb. Because it's not going to have a choice. Because the fungus is right. Yeah. The logic is good. It's better than the rest of their silly shit anyway, you know. For bug talk, it's the best bug talk you're going to get. Alright, so anyway, yeah, might as well. That might be a good enough closing. This is the best bug talk you're going to get. Yes, the rest of the bugs really don't know what they're talking about. Alright, anyway. So, till the next time and such, and so forth and whatnot. And, yeah, it's not the video I intended. You know, I had a whole, you know, I wrote notes. It's just not working lately. It used to work. I'd write notes. I could make a video, blah, blah, blah. And even just theme, idea is all I needed in the past. You know, do a walk and talk, and, you know, I could fill a half an hour without even trying. But yes, I have done that, and, you know, you know, I can't send the same routes. You know, I do have to infect in different ways now and then anyway. Alright, anyway, I don't need any more metaphors and analogies, so we'll just say thank you for your you know, attention, and hopefully you have been in some way stimulated in a positive, some added functionality. It's helped a little bit in recognizing, oh yeah, I have to keep remembering I'm a bug. Yeah, I gotta make sure the bug isn't spitting on my brain. Anyway, so till the next time and such and so forth and whatnot. Enough of a video. Yeah, you probably only need this much to infect, and I'm probably done this much, so I'm pretty sure you've been infected.